Hello everyone and welcome to BeamNG Drive. Now recently there have been quite a few car mods that have come out that have had features included in them that start to push the boundaries of what BeamNG can offer. But it almost feels like the map department hasn't quite had this same amount of dedication. Until today. Because today I'm checking out possibly the most impressive map mod to ever come out for Beam, which you may recognise as Fairhaven. Yes, that Fairhaven, the map from Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, in its entirety, in BeamNG, with traffic, speed cameras, billboards, crash cams, LODs, so it runs not much worse than vanilla maps despite being huge and extremely detailed. Honestly, this is incredible. So today I've assembled a collection of real-life car mods, hopefully all decent enough quality, and we're going to drive around and check out some of the very awesome features available in Fairhaven. I've got another speeding ticket there. I found 17 out of 74 speed traps. Now this mod was developed by Carkiller, who is one of the Beam devs, and he has also come up with a few extra things that you can add on to this if you like. Now I haven't got these in the video for this because they simply weren't a part of the original mod, and I want to show that in its kind of base state. But there is a UI pack that includes the Most Wanted 2012 HUD and stuff, if that's what you like. And there is also an extra music pack, because this map comes with radios, and it is absolutely heartbreaking to me to have to play to have to play Most Wanted 2012, or at least drive around the map of Most Wanted 2012 without listening to Zoom by Last Dinosaurs. That's simply a travesty. I have quite messed up this Supra, because to me, honestly, if you're not listening to Zoom, then the game's pretty much unplayable. But either way, you know, copyright says that I can't do that. Oh, another speed camera. Now, obviously, I'm sure if you played Most Wanted 2012, you will recognise these parts of the map that I'm driving through. This is the kind of, I'm doing it the reverse way, but this is the bridge that you drive over when you first spawn into the game. I believe it's a V8 or V12 Vantage you drive across here. I do love Most Wanted 2012. I have very fond memories of it, even if it is possibly the weakest Need for Speed game of that time. But having this map that has so many different features ported so well and running really well in... We're going to pretend that was intentional to show off the crash cams. But yes, running so well in Beam is frankly incredible. Jesus, yeah. Now obviously the map is not a new thing. It's been around. What the heck? Stop doing. What does this say? Stop doing modding. BeamNG was not supposed to have 5+ year projects. Years of modding, yet no real net game use found for this is fully scratch made. Yes, J-beam and independent swing axle suspension. Please make a rear subframe beam spring. Statement streamed up by the utterly deranged. They have played us for absolute fools. Oh god, that I wasn't expecting that. That really made me crack up. But yeah, there's you know, the map itself is not a new quantity. It's been around for 12 years now, which is extremely depressing to say. I cannot believe that this game is so old. But honestly, having it in Beam means you kind of explore it in a completely new way, simply because like Beam's damage and everything makes it almost impossible to drive around this map like you would do in Need for Speed. Because obviously the way that you drive in Need for Speed with barely any damage, and the way that you drive in Beam where hitting a single curb can kill your car, is obviously quite different. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm in the industrial kind of district at the moment. I seem to remember doing like a race in hatchbacks around here once. But you know, with all these curbs and then these big jumps and off-road sections, obviously if you drive the way that you would do in Need for Speed to win these races, you're going to mess up your car quite badly. So far this Audi that I'm driving seems to be taking it quite well, but I'm not sure that will last. And there are also quite a lot tougher areas than just this kind of mildly dirty industrial section. What does that say? No ChatGPT was used when making this mod. Wake up, AI will take all your mods. I didn't notice, you know, I flew around the map like last night before I recorded this, just to check that it all worked and everything. Didn't notice this whole billboard fiasco. It's quite hilarious though. Bloke has a good sense of humour. Now this map also features a full day-night cycle system, which obviously will get shown off better when it comes to night time. I've hit another speed camera. I've still got 54 to go. I didn't realise that this map had so many, both in Need for Speed and in this. Now these last few minutes of driving have been quite calm, but we're getting up into kind of the, if I remember correctly at least, the twisty area. So maybe that'll cease to be so calm. Wait, can't you go through these fences and go down? Yes, you can. Obviously Beam doesn't have like destructible environment stuff, at least not on a level that can actually run properly. Yep, you can. Right. I'm not going to question that. Still work in progress. Not claiming to be finished. It will have issues. Oops. Now with that fog enabled, you can see the amount of effort that's gone into maintaining decent frame rate when you fly towards and see all of this stuff start popping in. Obviously this is an inaccessible part of the map regularly, but the amount of items that pop in just to preserve frame rate, it's really impressive, the level of optimization that's gone into this. But obviously you can just go to here and you can turn up the fog density just a little bit, and you'd never know. Now also you can see here it has a few colour correction things, although these aren't designed for this map, they're designed for other maps that Car Killer has worked on, but you can change stuff like that. Or that if you want it to look a bit interesting. I personally prefer the default, but the day one there looks quite cool. But I'm guessing at some point maybe there'll be added features for this map and for other Need for Speed and for the Burnout Paradise map that Car Killer is currently working on porting in. Right, let's try and get back to some sort of road. That's a billboard and a crash cam. It's really great. It's something that I've never seen implemented in Beam yet. It's gotta get. Oh, it doesn't reset you after the crash cam. You're just left there with your dead vehicle, which is, I guess, is what you want in Beam. God, this feels weird without the radio. I'll tell you what. If you go download this map, and I highly recommend you do, it runs probably a lot better than you're expecting. Do go start to play the radio. It is really enjoyable with the music from Need for Speed Most Wanted. Oh no! Oh, I didn't realise that the crash cams also came on when you hit AI cars. Oopsies. Sorry, mate. Now here we are at the docks. Just break through this fence to get in, I guess. I'm sure at some point Beam will have more destructible environments, and that will add to the to how cool this map is. But it is extremely impressive as is. I mean, I'm already imagining the amount of arenas throughout this map that we could do infected, and the different game modes that we can also do. Capture the flag and stuff like that would be great. Oh no. That wasn't enough to trigger a crash cam, apparently. Or was that? Maybe this vehicle is just too strong. As you can see, it's getting dark, the street lamps are turning on, and the map becomes extremely pretty. And if you go through the auto repairs, your vehicle gets repainted. Right. I'm not entirely sure that was actually my fault for once. Damn, look how gorgeous that sky is. This map is very pretty. It's one of the few Beam maps that I think is actually enjoyable to drive around at night, because you can still see. It's not completely blind. And again, I have to commend just the level of effort that must have gone into optimising this. The fact that I'm playing this with traffic. I mean, admittedly my game is locked to 30 FPS, but I'm playing at night with ambient lighting and vehicle lighting and traffic and recording, and I'm still hitting a stable 30. I mean, that's really incredible. with also these water effects as well. Now, if you do go play this map, you will notice it is quite slippery. That's to, I believe, by you know, it's a conscious decision to kind of replicate. Oh no. Now, I believe that's a conscious decision to kind of replicate in some ways the ease of sliding around like it would be in Need for Speed, but obviously it's not quite to everyone's taste. It can be a little bit frustrating. It's not. It's somewhat a placebo. The devs basically explained that it is actually basically the road grip of old concrete, not actually rainy tarmac. So you probably think it's slidier than it is by the fact that there's all these rain particles coming up, or the water particles. We just driven into the river, you know, the storm drain or whatever you want to call it, doing a small spin. I've forgotten how massive this map was and how many different things it had. I mean, maybe it's not that big compared to other, you know, compared to modern video game maps, but it's very packed with features. That's a very brightly glowing piece of metal, or some scaffolding. And honestly, I'd say this is perfect for Beam. I feel like if it was any bigger, you would definitely struggle to optimise it to the level that this is now. But it is a lot of fun to drive around. You know, Beam vehicles, obviously you have to be very careful, and you do catch your tyres and stuff like that on curbs, and it can get a bit annoying. But generally, it's just an absolute riot to drive, and to, well, crash primarily, along a map that was never designed for to be in Beam. And if you know, when Beam came out, Beam's been around for almost as long as Most Wanted 2012 now. It was definitely in development. I don't think the devs could ever have even imagined that this game that they were creating the Lansdale had a crash into a pole, and then I crashed into it and flipped it over. But yeah, I don't think the devs could ever have imagined that this would be possible one day. Now, it may be wise to actually grab something a bit more off-roady if you're tackling parts of this map at high speed, especially bits that you don't quite know. I mean, obviously in Need for Speed you have a mini-map and stuff like that. Oh, I got a new record on that speed trap. I didn't realise they had like a new records feature. That's very cool. But yeah, if you're tackling parts of this map that you don't quite remember or aren't very solid in your memory, then yeah, maybe having something with a bit of suspension travel could be beneficial. But here we are on the highway, which is a bit safer to be on, somewhat. And again, you know, it's dark, but it's not horrifically dark that you can't see anything. I like how this map is set up for nighttime. It is genuinely usable at night with really no real compromise. Let's go get a new paint colour. What are they going to give me? Ah, dark red. Very nice. May have just broken my steering going over there. That's fine. I just will have to turn left a lot. I'm currently turning straight, but I'm following the highway perfectly. What a safe and legal vehicle. Oh, now this I think is part of the map I remember. Yes, the old airfield. All the abandoned planes. Oh, what a massive jump. This can only end well. Oh, I went through it! I actually did that properly. Oh. It's so nearly ended well, you know. See, a big truck is definitely the preferable vehicle for this map if you want to survive it. But it's still not quite good enough. Now, wouldn't this make the coolest infected arena you've ever seen? Oh no, I'm not making that. Oh no. Okay, well, I've survived. I'm still going. Could be worse. It is worse. You know, I've never crashed a car into a crashed, you know, World War II era plane before in Beam. I think it's time to do that. Wow, that was definitely an enlightening experience. Now, while that little airfield was cool, it has nothing on the proper Hughes Airport. Now, I honestly don't remember this at all from Most Wanted. Maybe I have a feeling it was a DLC that I didn't have, or something, because I feel like I would have remembered a giant, like, international airport in the map. But maybe I'm just stupid. That is a possibility. Oh, please climb up the stairs. Oh, so close. But this is certainly a fun addition to Beam. Again, thinking about all the events and stuff that could be hosted on this, well, pretty much anything. I mean, look at the levels of elevation. You don't normally get that in stuff like Infected on normal Beam maps. All of these planes you could climb up and hide in. I mean, you need some pretty tough vehicles, especially if you're going to try and get away. You know, from one jump will probably kill most regular Beam vehicles. But it's definitely something we're going to have to try, because just look at it. I mean, I'm drifting now under a Boeing plane in Beam, in a map that I never thought I would be able to see. You know, not just that I didn't think someone would port it, I just didn't think it would be properly possible. And I'm now going to climb up a ramp into an airport. I'm inside an actual airport now. This has got to be a first. They are all a bit confused. I kind of forgot that I had them on. Oh, I've had a small crash. We have a construction zone as well? I do not remember this. Oh, I've had a spin. I have absolutely no recollection of this part of the map existing. It must be a DLC or something that I didn't have. Oh, no. Yeah, if ever a crash cam was appropriate, now was the time. Maybe this kind of vehicle is more appropriate for this map. Something a bit more rally, that can handle a few jumps and stuff like that. What is this? Is this some sort of like art piece? I know that there's that one in the centre of the map somewhere. I don't know exactly where. It's quite hard to navigate. But you can climb up that glass one. I guess this is something similar. Again, imagine having a chase up here in Infected. It's very bumpy. Oh no, this is not going to end well, is it? Well, I got the billboard. Oh man. Well, this will probably begin to conclude the end of this video, as honestly this map is so vast and has so many areas to explore that I couldn't possibly show it all off in one video. Whoa. Oh no! Right. Well, the lag spike slightly screwed me over there, and I'm going to get another crash cam. Oh no. Sorry, car. But yeah, I would highly recommend you go check this out for yourself. I think this area, looking out over all of the map, has a few issues with lag spikes. But yeah, I'm going to 100% recommend you go have a look at this. Obviously, if you play Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, you have the added nostalgia that this map brings, and it makes me feel a little bit sick that Most Wanted 2012 has a nostalgia factor now. But even if you haven't, it's just simply an extremely impressive map to see in Beam, and I don't think there's anything much more to say except it's brilliant, and very well done to the person who ported this over to Car Killer. You have done an amazing job and added some features that I never thought Beam would see. But that's been about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Go check out the map, and I'll leave links to all the other mods that I used in the description. But that will be it. So thank you all very, very much for watching, and goodbye.